Hi, Janette. Thanks so much for being with me today to talk about how you just recently went through the Digitox Restore program with your daughter Maggie, who is coming up 15. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct. She'll be 15
Excellent.
yep.
Oh, lovely. Oh, thanks so much for spending the time with me today. I'm so glad you went through the program. It was lovely to meet you and Maggie through that.
Good. Yeah, no, we've enjoyed it. It's been a good outcome.
Fantastic. Good. So I'm just asking you a few questions about that. What was your main concern when you were deciding to go on to the Digitox program? What was your main reason for actually finding interest in it?
The main reason was I was starting to realise that she was withdrawing from her everyday life. You know, she didn't want to go surfing anymore. She wasn't reaching out to catch up with friends on the weekend, to go and hang out, ride a bike, shoot hoops, whatever. You know, she was really doing less and less of that and always had a million excuses why. And yeah, I was just finding it harder and harder to get her to engage in anything other than screens, really.
Mm. Yeah, it's so common. That's what's happening in a lot of households. So yeah, the kids are just wanting to just engage on the screen a lot of the time, and activities are falling away. It's very true. So how did you feel when you decided to come onto the Digitox program and knowing what was involved in it? How did you feel about stepping into doing the Digitox program? Did you have any worries about Maggie with her social life or being disconnected, or worried about her response to doing this 6-week course?
Look, I realised I was going to get resistance, but I'm a bit of a tough mother. And I felt supported and, after doing the pre-program stuff, I felt strong in my conviction that what I was doing was right, and I knew that I would be able to implement that I wouldn't, give in. And I think my daughter knows that about me as well. You know, once I say, this is what we're doing, that's what we're doing. So I felt all okay with that. I was a bit concerned how it was going to go when she was with her father every other weekend. So I really spoke to him about it. And, he wasn't probably as on board as I was, but he was at least being aware and trying to provide other activities and things to do as opposed to be on screens.
Great. Yeah, that's also something that a lot of us have to deal with when we've got, our kids 1 week on, 1 week off. So I'm glad you felt supported in how to approach that from the course. Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Good. And again, I just felt like it was the right choice and the right decision, really. There was no other way. It was just, this is what we've got to do, so let's get on with it. Yeah. And I definitely felt supported. Yeah.
Great. Oh. And so what changes did you notice in Maggie, like maybe the middle of the course and after the course, after the program?
One of the things that I really noticed with her was because we talked about it so much, she had lost a lot of the defensiveness. You know, if she was on a device and someone spoke to her, she would always react so defensively and rudely and abruptly, and with a lot of attitude, really. And so that was one of the things that I really noticed in her, was that all of a sudden she became very aware of her responses. So that was a good thing, and that helped in everything, not just when she did have to use a screen and it was limited time, but yeah, just if she was doing she had a lot of school projects due in and things like that, and it definitely made her a lot more aware of her moods and how she was responding to other people.
Great. So it wasn't only you being aware. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that was a huge difference that I saw in her, and all of us really, because then our responses were a lot more calmer as well.
Yeah, taking that defensive behaviour away really helps a lot, doesn't it, with a happy, calm home. So it wasn't just you who noticed it, but did she notice any changes after the course herself in her own reactions and behaviour and internet use?
Yeah, we have spoken about that, and she definitely, again, we need to keep going with it, but yeah, she's definitely, she's actively herself finding other things to do now. She's going outside with that basketball and shooting hoops, and I can hear her out there playing and talking to herself and having a good time. And she's dusted the skateboard off again. She's going to check the surf with Hugo, she's noticing that. She's like, oh, I just spend an hour outside playing with the basketball, Mum. And I'm like, yeah, you used to do it all the time. So yeah, she's definitely noticing it too, and I think she's feeling better in her body and in herself, so she's noticing it. Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Oh, that's so good. Such a good outcome. I'm happy to hear about it. So internet has sort of, working itself out in a more empowered way, would you say, now that you've finished the detox?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. She is definitely taking that into her own hands. I don't feel like I have to be policing that the whole time.
Right.
Before, if I was cooking dinner, she would put on a TV series on Netflix, and all of a sudden I'd look up and go, shit, she's still on the screen.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh my gosh, how many episodes have you just watched? And she'd be like 3, or like it was crazy. Now she just knows. She'll come and ask, she always asks, can I please watch one episode? I have my homework done. I've done this. I've done that, blah, blah. And I go, yep, well, if all those things are done, you can watch a episode. And she watches it, and then it's off. I don't have to come in and go, okay, that's one, finish, and then have attitude and argument. It's just happening. It's a lot calmer here.
Yay. Great to hear it. That's so good. Oh, that's so good, Janette. And it was so good to have you and Maggie on the course.
Yeah, great. Thank you, darling.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for making us so aware. It was really good.
Yeah, it's great to do these little reviews here so that we can show other people that, it can be done.
Yeah, it's definitely created a calmer environment in our home, certainly, and I feel like I'm not nagging the whole time, and asking her to get off her devices.
Yeah, fantastic.
Much better.
Oh, great. All right. Well, thanks so much for your time today.
You're welcome, Tashi. Thank you. It's a great course.
Thanks so much, Dylan.
Bye.
Bye.